What's up, Mananap? My name is Carl James Bulbena, a third-year criminology student from the University of Mindanao, and welcome to my blog. In this video, I will going to discuss what is terrorism and what are the laws and provisions that punishing this act, and also I will discuss and explain the acts that constitute terrorism, and also I will provide some solution in order to address this kind of problem, which is the terrorism. Without further ado, tara na sa video. What is Republic Act 11479? RA 11479 is also known as Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020. It is a counter-terrorism law intended to prevent, prohibit, and penalize terrorism in the Philippines. The law was passed by 18th Congress and signed by President Rodrigo Duterte on July 3, 2020, effectively replacing the Human Security Act of 2007 on July 18, 2020. What are the purpose of making this law? Under Section 2 of this provision, the Declaration of Policy, it is declared a policy of the state to protect life, liberty, and property from terrorism, to condemn terrorism as inimical and dangerous to the national security of the country, and to have welfare of the people, and to make terrorism a crime against the Filipino people, against humanity, and against the law of the nation. Before I will going to discuss and dig deeper under this provision, I will define first what is terrorism and the people behind terrorism, and what are the acts punishable under terrorism, and what constitute people to commit terrorism. What is terrorism? Under Section 4, terrorism, subject to Section 49 of this Act, terrorism is committed by any person who within or outside the Philippines, regardless of the stage of execution. Paragraph 1. Engage in acts intended to cause death or serious bodily injury to any person or endangers property's life. Second, engage in the acts intended to cause extensive damage or destruction to a government or public facility, public place, or private property. Third, engage in acts intended to cause extensive interference with damage or destruction to critical infrastructure. D. Develops, manufactures, possesses, acquires, transport, or supplies or uses weapons, explosives, or biological, nuclear, radiological, or chemical weapons. And lastly, is to release dangerous substances or causing fire, floods, and explosions. And now, let's talk about what are the acts that constitute terrorism and the acts punishable under this provision. But I cannot detail it one by one because it needs allotted time to tackle all of these. But I just only provide those vital information covered in this article. Under Section 5, Threat to commit terrorism. Any person who shall threaten to commit any of the acts mentioned in Section 4 thereof shall suffer the penalty of imprisonment of 12 years. Section 6. Planning, training, preparing, and facilitating the commission of terrorism. It shall be unlawful for any person to participate in the planning, training, preparation, and facilitation in the commission of terrorism. Section 7. Conspiracy to commit terrorism. Any conspiracy to commit terrorism as defined and penalized under Section 4 of this Act shall suffer the penalty of life imprisonment without the benefit of parole, the benefit of Republic Act number 10592. Section 8. Proposal to commit terrorism. Any person who proposes to commit terrorism as defined in Section 4 thereof shall suffer the penalty of imprisonment of 12 years. Section 10. Recruitment to and membership in a terrorism organization. Any person who shall recruit another to participate in, join, commit, or support terrorism or a terrorism individual or any terrorism organization shall suffer the penalty of life imprisonment without the benefit of parole and the benefit of the Republic Act 10592. Section 12. Providing material support to terrorists. Any person who provides material support to any terrorism individual or terrorist organization. As the conclusion and serve as the last part of our video, let's talk about what are the plans and action to take place by the government in order to address this issue, which is the terrorism. The state recognizes that the fight against terrorism requires a comprehensive approach, compromising political, economic, diplomatic, military, and legal means duly taking into account the root cause of terrorism and or criminal activities. Such measures shall include conflict management and post-conflict peace building, addressing the roots of conflict by building state capacity and promoting equitable economic development. And that's the end of my video presentation. I hope you have learned something about RA 11479. Keep safe everyone and God bless you all. Thank you.